In the previous episode, it was mentioned that in his childhood, Twilight's hometown was suddenly attacked by the nation of Oestania. To escape the war, his mother took him to the city where his grandparents lived. However, the flames of war soon spread there as well, and Twilight's mother tragically lost her life in a terrorized attack. From then on, for a long time, Twilight lived like a rat in the gutter. The war had taken his hometown and his family. Driven by a desire for revenge against Oestania, Twilight became a soldier for the nation of Westalis. With his agile physique and exceptional intellect, he repeatedly distinguished himself through military achievements. One day, while on night watch, Twilight struck caught an Austinian soldier, who later became the intelligence dealer Franklin. The man's cowardly and fearful demeanor made Twilight laugh. Instead of killing him, Twilight struck up a conversation. Franklin expressed his resentment, complaining that the war, sparked by failed government diplomacy, was being fought at the expense of ordinary people like them. Twilight retorted that if Oestania hadn't initiated the attack, things wouldn't have escalated to this point. To his surprise, Franklin revealed that Austinian soldiers had been told all along that Westalis had staged the attack themselves to provoke a war between the two nations. Enraged by Franklin's words, Twilight was about to kill him when Austinian soldiers discovered them. In the ensuing chaos, Franklin managed to escape, while Twilight was severely injured and temporarily reassigned to the logistics department. One day, while handling ingredients for dinner, Twilight suddenly heard a familiar voice. He looked up and was astonished to see his childhood friends standing there. It turned out that, worried about Twilight's sudden departure back then, they had followed him, which ultimately allowed them to escape the attack. Overwhelmed with emotion at seeing all three safe and sound, Twilight broke down in tears. During that attack, the first bomb had landed near the warehouse he used as a secret base, leading him to believe that he was responsible for their deaths. Twilight wanted to invite his friends to a restaurant in town to celebrate their reunion, but he learned from them that their unit was being deployed elsewhere for battle that very night. Reluctantly, Twilight made a promise with them to properly celebrate once the war was over. However, reality was cruel. In the end, all that awaited Twilight were the dog tags bearing the names of his three friends. Upon learning that the battle had been nothing more than a disorganized suicide mission, Twilight began to question whether soldiers like him were merely blindly following orders. He no longer knew how to truly end the war until a man claiming to be from Army Intelligence showed up. Right from the start, the man exposed Twilight's use of a forged identity to enlist, stating that for someone like Twilight, there was a weapon more suitable than a rifle: intelligence. He invited Twilight to join the intelligence service, threatening him with a court-martial otherwise. After some contemplation, Twilight packed his bags and went to the rendezvous point. At this point, no matter what he did, he could never return to his former peaceful life. But at the very least, he still had a chance to protect the happiness of others. The scene shifts. Twilight jolted awake from his dream. He then remembered that he had passed out after receiving another thunderbolt symbol due to Anya's actions. Recalling the dream, Twilight, instead of getting angry this time, praised Anya for getting along well with Damien and told her to cherish her friend. For the sake of the peaceful and happy daily life he now had, Twilight resolved to complete this mission successfully. No matter what, follow my channel for the latest updates on new series releases.